Okay, hey guys, so we're still here at Breakout Con. I'm now here with Daryl Andrews. He was nice enough to give me an interview. So we're gonna get started. I've written down some things like last time. So Daryl, it's nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
I bumped into you a lot at Gen Con.
Yes.
We were kind of just passing
Always
each other.
passing ships in the sea.
Exactly. But now it's nice, we can sit down, have a nice chat,
Yeah,
play some games.
absolutely.
So I want to talk about your panel today. You were doing the Breaking into Board Game Design.
That's right, yeah, I was the moderator, and so I got to ask a bunch of questions. We had Tim Brown, and Eric Lang, and Pam Walls, and Sen Fong Lim. And we got to chat with them about how to break into the board game industry. So
Nice. That's a lot of big names.
it is. It was a great. It's like all-star panel here in Toronto. So
And I think that's kind of that shows how Toronto and Breakout kind of sort of grown.
it is
bigger and bigger.
significantly. It's pretty exciting for just the second year,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a packed room
Yes. They turned away, I think, 30-something people within the
today.
first hour.
Yeah.
So let's see what else. So you've got a lot of games coming out.
I do.
Let's talk about it. So you got Sagrada.
Yeah, so Sagrada's with Floodgate Games, and it's actually on the boat right now.
Perfect.
So I'm very excited. It's hopefully going to be here for April. So that's
Okay.
that's you're making stained glass windows out of dice.
Right. Fantasy baseball.
That's right. That just fulfilled for Kickstarter, and will be in stores in like a week.
Oh,
So,
okay. Right.
I know Board Game Bliss has copies because they were a Kickstarter supporter, so they have even a handful of copies.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Mine All Minds. I saw that today.
Yeah, it's actually in the Play to Win section, so it's exciting to see people playing it. It's only been out for a week, and that's with IDW Games, and it's dwarves digging down tunnels, collecting gems, and then making different types of jewelry and stuff for the king.
Right.
And yeah, it's a nice, quick kind of one of those splendorish kind of games, but with a theme.
Right. And now this is the one I had only heard. I heard about it through Board Game Bliss. Shopping Time.
Yeah, Shopping Time's actually a card game that also uses an app.
Oh.
And the exciting thing is, it's like you're shopping in this like magical store with items throughout time. And so you might be buying like a 1930s football helmet, or you might be buying like a tub of margarine from 2002. And so as you're collecting all these different things shopping, you're trying to get closest to a certain number. And then you get to check out by using a phone like you were checking out at the grocery store.
Okay, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I just got the app this weekend, the final version. It looks really cool. So.
And I believe Board Game Bliss, they were doing some.
They actually have an event, I think, coming
Yes.
up as like kind of like a preview thing, because the cool thing is Mercury, the publisher, is actually from the Toronto area.
Right.
So they're kind of previewing it with a few people before it comes out.
So if you're looking forward to trying out the game, definitely swing by Board Game Bliss.
Yeah.
And the last one was the Space Invaders dice game.
That's right. Yeah, it just went up it just got announced, and they have a pre-order system. Turn 1 game supplies. They're mostly for like card sleeves and play mats and cool dice and things like that. And this is their first game. So they had the Space Invaders license, and so they asked me to make a dice game. So.
And I got to try that.
Yeah, and so it's pretty exciting. It's a roll and write game. So.
Right. So let's see. So you're also the co-host of the Maple Syrup Show. That's something I forgot to mention. You are the games design manager at IDW.
That's right, yeah. So Maple Syrup is a web show that me and my friend Sen do, and we interview different designers. And our whole goal is just to let people learn and hear from their favorite designers. So we started with just asking our friends, people like Chris and others that pop on the show, and then we reached out and even asked different designers we didn't even know come on the show, and we picked their brains and heard from some of the brightest and best men and women in the industry and learn from them, and it's been a really exciting time. We just finished episode 102.
Yes, yeah, you guys hit your 100th a few weeks ago.
Yes,
Remember?
yeah. So we were really proud of that. So
the Maple Syrup Show is actually now my lunchtime sort of break at school. So when it comes on, I get my food, and then that's my lunch break. So
Awesome.
I'm always enjoying the show. I like that you guys are interacting with the Q&A sort of.
Yeah, it's really fun. The people that watch live, and we understand a lot of people will listen through iTunes or afterwards when it suits their schedule, but the people that can come on live, and we try to include their questions because, the viewers that are watching, a lot of them are familiar with games and designers, and they have questions that we want to ask. So,
Right. So the last question I wanted to ask you was actually, when I first met you, that was sort of the time that you were transitioning from part-time to full-time.
That's right.
Designer, right?
yeah.
Do you have any tips, or just you can talk about your experience and
Sure.
something others can learn from?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, like most people, I got into it just slowly transitioning with just, adding it on top of my already work. I did it on the side, wasn't expecting or dependent on it, because to be honest, board games is not great for money, but it's fun. And so I steal this phrase from Sen, but it was kind of a jobby, a little bit of a job, but mostly my hobby. And over time, I was finding more and more opportunities to get involved. First it was volunteering, and then later it was getting hired with like contracting and developing. And because of that, I took the leap, and just a little over, I guess a couple of years ago, then or a year ago, I started trying to phase out of my work and phase into just the game industry. So tips that I would give is one, make sure you can take care of the bills. It's a really great opportunity that I can. I don't have kids. I have a really supportive wife, and some things I just got lucky. There was some great things like IDW hiring me, so I work part-time for them as a consultant with the game designing, with that and development. So that helps make it possible. And the other thing that I would really give as a tip is try to see where you add value. So I'm flexible, and I try to find different ways to get involved. Don't think you're going to get to do all the things you love and not work, because you got to find ways that you're helping a company. If they have a rough time with rules, then focus on editing. If games are really good but they need that little extra development time, offer to playtest stuff. So find ways that they want you to be involved.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's sort of what I don't know. I'm sort of doing this. It's just sort of getting involved. But I think for me, it's right now. I just enjoy meeting people and having fun. But who knows? What that turns into, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Daryl, I want to thank you again for your time.
Thank you.
And we're hopefully, unfortunately, I'm not here tomorrow, but I did enjoy all the games that we played today.
Yeah, great.
And hopefully, we'll get to do it again in the future.
Absolutely.
Thanks again.
Thanks, man.